Hey fam, we are here for hamstrings and glutes. We've got a pretty simple profile today. I think 5 exercises total. Um, we're adding sets 4 and 5 in superset number 1, so that's going to be a fun challenge. I will bring in my shallow bench into the frame when we get started, but that's going to be used for hip thrusts. So we have calf hip thrusts with an isometric hold. We've got some Bulgarians, however you want to set yourself up for those moves today. If you're at the gym, maybe that looks like the Smith machine or a mid-sized bench with a little plate or a shallow bench. If you have access to that at the gym, you'll need your stiff leg RDL weight set up. So again, whatever you prefer. You prefer a barbell, heavy dumbbells, that's really your call. We got heavy dumbbell sumo squats in the second movement. And then we have some unilateral work coming in at the end. So we've got our Bulgarians, and then we have a banded or cable glute raise. So if you are at the gym, that's going to look like your cable at the lowest setting with an ankle strap. Got 8 reps of those 2 movements. So we're going to get right into the workout. I already did dynamic stretching. I did some glute activation with banded walks and good mornings. I did some hamstring stretching. I did some inchworms. I did some hip openers. All of the things that are required of me at age 37 to get it going. All right, so we're jumping right into the first superset, which is 8 to 12 reps of stiff leg RDLs. We've got our calf hip thrusts. So I'm actually, because we've got 4 to 5 sets, and you can add that 5th set of only one of the 2 if you prefer. So like if you're really trying to grow glutes, maybe you add the 5th set of calf hip thrusts, bail at 4 sets for your RDLs, or do both up to 5 sets. I might plan on both, so I'm going to kick things off with dumbbells. And right here in set number 1, really I'm just working on proper form, feet placement. Yeah, that's what I got. I'm going to bring dumbbells over the knees here to prepare for that barbell. But a stiff leg is really bringing most of the focus to the hamstrings. So what we've got is a hamstring focus move with a glute dominant move. That's really why we superset. We superset to save time, but to increase our strength as well. I'm at 10. Alrighty. Make sure you've got your grips if need be. We're going to go 12 to 15 reps with this guy and an isometric hold, 10 seconds. Just jumping right into the workout, you know what I mean? You might want to, as usual, take a couple practice reps without any weight, just to make sure feet placement is Where it needs to be, weight placement is distributed properly. You don't want to go across your pelvis. You want to start your resistance like at the top of the hip. It's going to be way more comfortable, way more doable for you. So we're not going full reps. Cast is basically halfway up, sort of like a half rep or a pulse. Keep that chin tucked to chest. I'm at 12. 10-second hold. Ooh, my goodness. I think the glutes are awake. I think it's safe to say glutes are awake now. Set number 1, complete. If you're still recovering, take that time to recover, up to 2 minutes. Whatever you got to do. Awesome sauce. So I jumped up in weight, content to fail at like 8 reps rather than go all the way to 12. So think about progressions here. How do you want to progress? Do you want it to be in volume or weight, intensity, reps, tempo? There are so many options. I'm looking for the glutes to shake, and I'm looking for really failure here in this move. So that's going to look like me getting through the set, kind of feeling like a big question mark. My bands are overlapping. Okay, there we go. Can't have overlapping bands. I'm at 12. finally getting to that point of shaking. That's for sure. No doubt about it. Remember, if you are somebody who works out at home, in your basement, your garage, whatever, doesn't matter how dingy your setup is, how old your equipment is it getting the job done for you? It is getting the job done for me. We're going into set number 3. Remember my rule. If you don't need this recovery right now, I can guarantee that you can do a little more. I can guarantee it. You should be in need of at least 60 seconds of recovery in between this superset right here. So a lot of people come back to me and say, dude, you know what? I assumed I was training till failure before. I really felt that I was. I would challenge myself. Then I actually heard you and saw you walk through how it looks and how it feels to actually get to that point. So, and it usually is completely different. Completely different. So, things like the muscle shaking, things like really being in need of that recovery and taking that recovery is the biggest red flag. If you don't need the rest, or if you have the ability to somehow do burpees, jog in place, do jumping jacks in between your sets, you're not fucking working in your sets. You need to work in these sets to earn that recovery. And then you're going to come back with the same volume, same intensity as you did. So, set number 3 is going down. I'm at 10. Oh my gosh. So you know that point of failure, shaking. You know that it's coming. So what I'm gonna do this next set, yeah, no. I was gonna flip-flop, and then I realized no. No. So I'm gonna go ahead with this fourth set of RDLs, and I'm gonna look to stretch the reps. Jump into set number 4 in the hip thrust, recover, 5th set of hip thrust. That's how it's gonna go down. 10 to 15 more seconds of recovery for me because I need it. So 3 sets of 8, 1 set of 12. I'm gonna try to go somewhere in the middle, but ultimately I'm gonna let my body tell me when I'm failing here. Set number 4. All right. Last thrust recovery right here. 1 more set to fail and get this booty quaking, shaking. Oh my goodness. Then we move over to sumo squats. Again, 12 to 15 reps, higher in that rep range. There we go. Fifth and final set. I fail wherever I fail this set. that will never not suck. Just saying. It will never not suck. So we've got to stand alone for this second set. Not a superset, just a standalone. So, however you like to do your sumo squats, 12 to 15 reps. I'm going heavy on the dumbbell. 30 seconds to recover. I'm not over that just yet. Remember your form, the path in which your body's traveling in the rep. And remember how important angles are. Keep that dumbbell nice and tight to the body if you're using a dumbbell. You can also opt for a landmine or a heavy barbell. If you're using a barbell, I definitely would recommend some sort of elevation, like maybe a Smith machine, so you can get full range of motion, right? So feet are wide, right? Because we're targeting the outer glutes. We're also targeting inner thighs slightly. So slight hinge, but we're not hinging at the hip. We're bending at the knee. So wherever you're hinged is where you're gonna stay all throughout. So avoid doing this. Avoid standing up totally straight at the top part of the rep and locking out the knees. Keep the knees nice and soft. Soft knee, glutes engaged. You don't have to extend the glute engagement necessarily through the top of the rep. It can help if you don't have the ability to go as heavy as maybe you could. Set number 1 of 3. Complete. Now, you remember my rule. The rule about working out not motivated. So y'all know, if I were to rely on motivation alone to get me to work out, I'd work out maybe less than half of the time. So when you are super unmotivated, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're jealous, whatever the case is, just get 15 minutes in. Pretty sure we're past that point now. So this is your out. If you can get through 15 minutes and you honestly take an assessment and say at that point, yeah, all right, cool, I'm done now, then be done. Then be done. I can guarantee when you pause and assess at that halfway point, Most of the time, you'll probably choose to keep going. You might want to stop, and you probably will have instances where that's best for you. But I'd like to see how your consistency improves when you implement that rule. Because the hardest part is literally just getting started. That's it. That is the hardest part of every workout. I'm leaving this in frame for Bulgarians. I guess this bar can stay here too. No harm, no foul. I might have to flip this around though. Creating a path for my band. That'll work, that'll work, that'll work. Whew. Okay, last set, best set for these sumos. And then we're rolling into our final superset burnout. 8 reps each, starting with Bulgarians. I'm at 12. All right, y'all. Final set. Final superset. Nice and under control in the tempo. All right, y'all. 2 more sets. Let's do it. Ooh, adductors B. Ooh, that's the outer glutes. All right. Last little breaky break. Last working set. 8 and 8, that's it. That's it, that's all we got, that's all she wrote. Let's call it about 2 minutes of work, maybe. If your intention was to totally murder the glutes today, mission accomplished. Oh, my goodness. Last set of 8. Now while we're performing this last set of work, I want you to take a moment of reflection. Reflect on what you just achieved. Because 0 parts of this were easy. From waking up, to getting your shoes on, to stretching, to finally doing the workout. None of it was easy. But especially the showing up part, that's what I want you to congratulate yourself with. Just that, just the showing up. some shit. Go hydrate, eat, stretch, move, eat your protein, eat your carbs, drink your water, walk, stretch, go slay the rest of your day. You did it. And I will catch you next time.